Okay, so here from past 3 days we we are continuation of Fourier transform. We are doing Fourier transform. Fourier transform, how to find the Fourier transform of different kind of functions. And of course, I started Fourier sine transform, Fourier cosine transform. So continuation of it today also we will discuss about how to find Fourier sine and cosine transform of different kind of functions. Okay, the first problem, find the Fourier sine transform of f of x is equal to e power minus ax divided by x. A is a positive constant here. X is a variable, of course. So Fourier sine transform here. Fourier sine transform. So that the formula for sine transform is fs of u equal to f of x sine ux dx. In the place of f of x, I can write e power minus ax by x sine ux dx here. Okay. So you can differentiate with respect to u on both sides. So if you differentiate d by du fs of u equal to d by du from integration from 0 to infinity e power minus ax by x sine ux dx here. Okay. So d by du, it comes to the inside. It comes to the inside. So differentiation of sine u x, because you are differentiating. See, why I've done in a different method? Because what is asking sine transform. If you apply sine transform for this one, means what? As usual method. So it is very tough to integrate this one. See here, fs of u is equal to 0 to infinity e power minus ax by x sine ux here. And three variables are here. Three kind of functions are there. If two functions are there, we can solve by using parts method. But here three variables are there. One is e power minus ax, another one is 1 by x, another one is sine ux. So three functions are here. If two functions, we can solve by using parts method. Three functions are here. So that's what I'm applying the different kind of method. What do you call, I think, differentiation under integral sign. You know this method in first semester, I think. In integrations, you have studied this in first semester, differentiation under integral sign. So to integrate three functions, we we usually we apply this method. So what is the method here? What function variable is there? From that you have to differentiate. Here function with respect to function having u, so that I differentiate with respect to u, the right side also, so that e power minus ax by x as it is. What is the differentiation of sine ux? Sine ux differentiation is uh, cos ux, and your differentiation is with respect to u is there, so that x is constant. So that since you are differentiation, since you are differentiating, x comes outside because x is constant. You are differentiating with respect to u, so that x is constant. Actually, it is a partial derivative. It's not normal differentiation because you are differentiating with respect to one single variable. Another one is constant. That's what you are taken. You are consider x as a constant here because it's a partial derivative. In partial derivative, two variables are there, means one is treated constant, one is variable. So you are treating x constant, u variable here. So that x outside cos ux dx as it is. X gets cancelled. E power minus ax cos ux dx here. So what is the integration of e power minus ax cos ux? E power minus ax by minus a square plus u square minus a cos ux plus u sin ux there. Apply upper limit. E power minus infinity. 0 to infinity is there. Infinity, apply upper limit. E power minus infinity will get. Right? Because in the place you are integrated with respect to x. You are integrated with respect to x. So that in the place of x, you have to substitute infinity. So e power minus infinity will come because you are integrating with respect to x. In the place of x, you put infinity. E power minus infinity will come. E power minus infinity is what? 0, right? 0 into anything 0. Minus lower limit. In the place of x as 0, put x as 0. So if you put x equals 0, e power 0 is 1. 1 by a square plus u square. Inside function, in the place of x, you put 0. Cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. So that you will get a by a square plus u square. So finally, what we have? We have in the left side d by du of fs of u that is equal to a by a square plus u square there. Now I need to remove this one d by du. For that purpose, what I'm going to do, since you are differentiated with respect to u, since you are differentiated with respect to u, so I'm going to integrate with respect to u. Okay, so that integration differentiation gets cancelled. So the right side also I integrated with respect to u. So differentiation integration gets cancelled, you'll get fs of u. Right side a constant outside, du by a square plus u square. So that one, you know what is the integration of dx by x square plus a square. X square plus a square is 1 by a tan inverse of x by a, you know. Same method, same formula I am applying here. A outside 1 by a tan inverse of u by a plus c. Because there is no limit here. No limit means what? It is an indefinite integral. Plus constant you have to add. So finally we got fs of u. What is that fs of u? Fs of u uh, is this one, right? Actually, we have to find out fs of u finally, right? Fs of u value is 0 to infinity e power minus ax by x sin ux dx here. So in the place of integration e power minus ax by x sin ux dx, I can write tan inverse of u by a plus c. So hence we got the solution. What is the solution? Fs of u is the solution. Yes, we got the fs of u in a by using different method. Okay. So I hope so. Any doubt? Any questions? You can ask. Any doubt? Any questions? No doubt. No doubt. Aditya, we propose telling. No doubt. Okay. We'll go for the next one. Next problem. Okay. Second problem. See that in the second problem, we have to solve the integral f of x sine alpha x dx here. It is equal to 1 to 0. When you can say 1, whenever alpha is in between 0 to 1. 2, when you can say 2, whenever alpha is between 1 to 2. And 0, whenever alpha is greater than 2. Greater than 2 means what? Alpha is in between 2 to infinity. Okay. Fs of u equal to integration from 0 to infinity f of x sin ux dx, that is equal to 1 whenever u is between 0 to 1, 2 whenever u is in between 1 to 2, 0 whenever u is in between 2 to infinity. F of x, you know, f of x value is 2 by pi, 0 to infinity fs of u sin ux du. Okay. Wait a minute, we'll come back. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So, see in the left side what we have. Integration from 0 to infinity f of x sine alpha x dx is there. Okay. So this is nothing but Fourier sine transform. You can check fs of u. Fourier sine transform is nothing but 0 to infinity f of x sine alpha x dx. So that I can write fs of u in the place of f 0 to infinity f of x sine alpha x dx. I can write fs of u. That is nothing but 1 to 0. 1 is between u is from 0 to 1. 2 is u is from 1 to 2. If 0 means what? U is between 2 to infinity. But we have f of x. What is that f of x? 2 by pi 0 to infinity fs of u sine ux du. It comes from inverse sine transform. You know that. If you have fs of u like this, f of x is inverse sine transform. So that 0 to infinity can be written as 0 to 1, after that 1 to 2, next 2 to infinity. 0 to 1, fs of u, uh, 0 to 1, fs of u value can be written as 1 because u is in between 0 to 1. Next, fs of u value is 2, whenever u is in between 1 to 2. 2 to infinity, in the place of fs of u, we can write 0, right? So 0 to 1, 1 to 2 we have. So what is the integration of sine ux du? That is minus cos ux by x, u from 0 to 1. Minus 2 cos ux by x. See, here you are integrating with respect to u, so that x is constant. X comes to the denominator. So the second step also, sorry, second term also, minus 2 cos ux by x, the limit from 1 to 2. Now apply the limit, upper limit. In the place of u only you have to substitute because you are integrated with respect to u, not with respect to x. Okay, minus cos x divided by x plus 1 by x minus 2 cos 2x by x uh, plus 2 cos x by x. So finally, we have 2 by pi cos x by x minus 2 cos 2x by x plus 1 by x. Is there a doubt? Any questions? Any doubt? Okay, we'll move to the next one. Third problem. Find the Fourier cosine transform of. Find the Fourier cosine transform of f of x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. Find the Fourier cosine transform of f of x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square. So here, what is the cosine transform? fc of u, that is 0 to infinity f of x cos ux dx. So fc of u is equal to 0 to infinity. In the place of f of x, I can write 1 by 1 plus x square cos ux dx here. You can call it as equation 1. Let us consider, see, fc of u is 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square cos ux dx. Of course, equation 1 you can call. So I can directly do that problem. That means in the previous problems, how we are done. The same method. What is the method? 0 to infinity. If you have 0 to infinity and f of x value, suppose e power minus x or e power minus mod of x or whatever the value is there, we directly integrate. But here we have cos ux by 1 plus x square. That is the problem. Cos ux by 1 plus x square, it is so difficult to solve, difficult to integrate. So that's what we are move on to the further methods to resolve that difficultness. What I am going to do, I will apply another conditions. any other method, we are going to use it to get the integration. Means that first, finally, what we need FC of U. That's it. Like earlier in the previous problem, so what I have done, if you are unable to do the integration, like in the previous problem, you are unable to do the integration there because three variable came. Three variable came, then what we have to do, we have to apply for differentiation and integration sign. That method I applied. You differentiated with respect to you partially on both sides so that you can resolve that. So the same way here we have two variable of course one variable x, but cos x by 1 plus x square, it is somehow it is very tough for us directly if you integrate. So that's what I'm going to do in a different manner so that you can call it as equation 1 for fc of u. Okay. So now we have to consider one new function, call it as e power minus x. Okay. Simply I have taken minus x. In what reason I have taken minus x, you will come to know that. Okay. So gc of u means what? Yeah, g of x is e power minus x we have. What is the cosine transform of it for the function g of x? That is 0 to infinity g of x cos ux dx. That is what cosine transform of g of x. So in the place of g of x, I can write e power minus x. So you have a formula. What is the formula? E power minus x by minus 1 square plus u square. See here, e power minus ax, that is ax divided by a square plus b square. In the place of a, I can put minus 1. In the place of b, I can put u. So e power minus x by 1 plus u square into a cos bx plus b sin bx will write. Then that means what? In the place of a, you can put minus 1. In the place of b, you can put u. Apply upper limit minus lower limit. Apply upper limit means what? Infinity. E power minus infinity you can get. E power minus infinity is what you know already is 0. 0 into anything? 0. Minus lower limit. E power 0 is what? 1. 1 by 1 plus u square. Into in the place of x is 0. Sin 0 is 0. Cos 0 is 1. So that minus 1. So that finally gc of u means what? Fourier transform of this function g of x, that is 1 by u 1 plus u square. See, come to the equation 1. Uh, so we have g of x, already we have g of x is what? From equation 1 you can say g of x, the g of x, uh, yeah, g of x is what? E power minus x. So we got gc of u. Uh, gc of u, what is that gc of u? gc of u is the gc of u is the Fourier transform of g of x, right? Fourier cosine transform of g of x. That means what? Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x. Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x is 1 by 1 plus u square, right? Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x is 1 by 1 plus u square. Now I am going to take inverse Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x. That means what? Inverse Fourier cosine transform of g of x. So that I can write g of x is equal to 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity gc of u cos ux du. Okay, g of x equal to 2 by pi integration from 0 to infinity gc of u cos ux du. Okay. Now uh, g of x is equal to 2 by pi 0 to infinity. In the place of gc of u, already we found, we can write it as 1 by 1 plus u square cos ux du there. Okay. So pi 2 pi by pi 2 by pi here. So if you cross multiply, then pi by 2 into g of x will come. So finally, in the place of g of x, I can write e power minus x. Hence, we found 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus u square cos ux du is nothing but pi by 2 e power minus x. So you can see that in the right side, what we have 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus u square cos ux value. That value is pi by 2 e power minus x. How we can say that? Because see that fc of u, what we need finally, we need fc of u value because it is a Fourier cosine transform. What is that fc of u? fc of u is nothing but 0 to integration from 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square cos ux dx. fc of u is what? Integration from 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square into cos ux dx. That value we found here. Pi by 2 into e power minus x. Right? Okay. So is there any doubt? Can you tell me? Is there any doubt? Any doubt? Any questions regarding this problem? You can ask me. Aditya V Prabhu only having no doubt. Remaining all are having doubt. Then I hope so. He is the person. He is wake up. Okay. Somebody is asking. Can you explain again? Which problem you need? Which problem I have to explain again? Can you tell me? Last one or first one or second one? Three problems I have done. Last problem. Okay. You can see that third problem. See, find the Fourier cosine transform of f of x. Means what? We need to find fc of u. fc of u is the Fourier cosine transform, right? What is the formula for fc of u? Integration from 0 to infinity f of x cos ux dx. Earlier already written. Okay. So he has given f of x value, that is 1 by 1 plus x square cos ux dx there. Now, so it is very tough to solve. It is very difficult to solve. To get fc of u, you have to integrate cos ux by 1 plus x square. If possible, you can do it. Otherwise, go for any other method. If three variables is there, I can apply differentiation under integral sign, like last problem. But here, one variable, but cos ux by 1 plus x square, it is very tough. You can try it. Huh? So that's what I applied another method. What is the method? So I have taken simply g of x is e power minus x. What is the logic behind there to take g of x is e power minus x? Think, yeah, I have not taken e power minus 2x, or I have not taken sine x, or whatever it is. Why I have taken, why I have opt e power minus x? Because the reason behind that, we know that Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x, Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x is 1 by 1 plus u square. Earlier we discussed. If you doesn't know first class, I think you just check first class e power minus x. Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x is what? Okay, so that is the reason I selected simply one function as e power minus x. Call it as g of x is e power minus x. Then what is the Fourier cosine transform of g of x? That means what? E power minus x. Fourier cosine transform of e power minus x. So that we have a formula for Fourier cosine transform of g of x, that is gc of u from integration from 0 to infinity g of x cos ux du, sorry, dx.